Alright, what's up? Today I'm gonna be showing y'all a new video. Gonna be identifying the trend. Right? How to identify the trend in the market. Right? First things first, you start from the higher time frames because the higher time frames always tell you the strongest trend. Alright? So every different time frame has a different trend. Alright? So 15 can have a uptrend and the 30-minute can have an uptrend while the 5 minute is on a downtrend, or the 4 hour could be on an uptrend while the 1 hour is on a minor downtrend, or the 30 minutes on a minor downtrend, or vice versa. All right, so that was just like a little backstory. But all right, so identifying the trend. We're identifying the trend, right? We're looking at the market. All right, just look at it and tell me what you think it's doing. There's two types of trends. All right, uptrends, downtrends. An uptrend is made out of higher highs and higher lows. Downtrend is made up of lower highs and lower lows. All right? So just by looking at this market right here, what could you tell me? You don't even think too much. Going up or is it going down? Going up. All right, perfect. It's going up. So this is an uptrend market structure, right? Called bullish. Okay. Bullish is when the market goes right. So this is market is overall bullish. All right. So identifying the trend. So we said the uptrend is made up of higher highs and higher lows. All right. So be finding the higher highs and higher lows, which I showed y'all how to do in the previous market structure video, market structure 1 and market structure part 2. But here I will be marking it up again just so you guys get the hang of it. Right? So go right here, low, high, low, high, high, low, and I'm going slow so y'all could see higher high. Now this one right here was a low protected. This means the same thing as this because it was only one candle break. It was a tested candle. I went over this on my previous videos, okay? So this is a low, higher low, okay? So higher low, high, low right here, right? Higher high, higher low. Okay, so here was a minor support break, okay? Higher low break. So a minor break of structure. And it came back, this over here, it came back into the trend. So keep going. Higher high, and and it might sound a little slow, or I'm like might be like, oh my god, like I already know this, but people don't. This was a high, protected by right here. Still uptrending. Low, high, low, high, 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 higher high, higher low, higher high. This might have not been a higher low here. It definitely was break, minor break, but see, this was probably news, right? So see, you can see it on another time frame. See none of that on the time frame. The higher low is protected. It's 4 hour time frame. Okay, that's why it's important to change time frames to see if the higher low and structures are protected. All right. So look at how the market shift. All right. So uptrends are made of higher highs and higher lows. Right. Right. What did we just see here? Look what just happened. It protected this higher low right here. That it was protected. Okay. That was protected. Okay. Then after it protected it, it does. And why are you seeing a lower high on an uptrend if an uptrend is higher highs and higher lows? So you're seeing that lower high, meaning start taking signs and start thinking to yourself, oh, buyers might be losing a little bit of pressure, so they can't push too much. Okay. Then what told you we were gonna switch trends, called identifying trends, is this area right here. Area right there broke. All right, broke, came back, created this lower high. Okay, created this, which it was more of like a resistance level. Didn't hit the 38.2. Okay, but broke that lower. It broke that higher low right here. Made the lower high, broke the higher low, came here. Technically a lower high, but not a structural lower high. As we go on in the videos, you'll learn more. Only identifying the trend. This is just the basic stuff. So this was a 23.6 for me. So it's just a higher low, but not a structural higher low. So I would pull the fibs out again. We saw, what did it do? Another 23.6 right here. What did I do? Pull the fibs out again. Okay, boom. This is your real lower high right here. Okay, this is your real lower high. This wasn't a real lower high. That was a structural. That was just resistance level, not a structural point. Okay, so this one where I marked right here, that was your lower high, your real lower high. And guess what happened? Right here, broke the broke the higher low. I mean the lower high right here. Boom, broke it and switched a trend. Okay, was this a higher low? No, it was a support level. Okay, this was a support level, and a higher low, because higher lows are 38.2 or greater. All right. So as you can see on the previous videos, you will know always aim for negative 0.27, and look how perfect it lines up. Second TP is up here. Body's gonna hit it too. Okay. Um. So yeah, basically, let's do a little downtrend. Okay. So trending up. Okay. Not putting like exact trend lines, but just so you can see it's trending up. Okay. Broke the structure here. Okay. Your first higher low. Why is this your first? Nope. Your first higher low. It's just a resistance level. Resistance, which was a lower high, but not a structural lower high. You got to get that. A lower high, but not a structural lower high. If it's not 38.2 or greater, then it's just a 23.6 resistance level or because it can, okay. Now here, okay, here you'll see the real higher lows, okay? Pull it here, see? I mean, I keep up. Here you'll see the real lower highs, okay? High, you do after that, full fibs, is what I'm using, the Fibonacci. Lower high, I get a 27%, tapped it. Another lower high right here. Look what's crazy. Look, lower high right here to the top. It is 0.7. And now here, what's crazy is right here it shifted trends a little bit. Right here, made a lower high point. I mean a higher low point right here. I hope I'm not confusing you with that. Higher low point. I keep mixing them up, and not because I'm mixing them up, because I'm saying it wrong. Okay, so created higher lows above all of this, right? After this break right here. Okay, okay, boom. So it shifted again. It broke the higher low right there after break of lower high right here. Okay, and like I said, I went over market structure in the last video, so you can go over it a few times. This is just to also refresh your memory and identify the trend or get used to it. There is going to be an identifying the trend 2.0. All right, so we can go over it again. Okay, so broke right here, lower high. See if it hits the negative 27. No, it didn't hit, but guess what it made? A higher low. Oh, higher low on a what? On a downtrend. It was trending down and made a higher low. Okay, I think sellers are losing momentum and it's time to push, right? But break structure right here. Broke this resistance level right there. Perfect. Let's see. Let's mark the fibs. Go. These. See. What did it mark? 38.2. What did it mark? 38.2. And where did it shoot past? Like, look, so you can see. Mark 38.2. Where to reach? Where to reach? 0.27. Remember, your targets are 0.27 and 8. Right? Right. And actually, here how I broke the structure here. Started making resistance levels. And then we already went over this. Okay. So this was identifying the trend 2.0, and I'm just showing you running down through it real quick because this was just like a add-on market structure because trends market structures are made up of trends. Remember, you always like to start on the higher time frames because they're the most powerful trends. All right, so start on the higher time frames, and when you start on the higher time frames, when you start on the higher time frames, they're the most powerful. That's where the trend's going. On the daily, what does it tell you? Okay. So, all right, overall, like, comment, subscribe. I hope this video helped you at least 1%. You got a little better. And overall, I'm gonna be trying to drop a video every day. But if you like this video, if you enjoyed this video, if you got some value from this, drop a like, comment, subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and back with more. And I should probably be ready to end it after I do those outros. But we're learning, so